Oh hey, look who it is on my screen. So, as you guys can probably tell, I'm gonna do a little bit of a response video to this. Now, I have actually watched the video prior to me making this video, so I do know what's coming. We'll just go straight into it.
Do you want to know the truth? In fact, disregard that question. Of course you want to know the truth. If you didn't, you wouldn't watch my channel. People watch my channel, they watch these videos. You clicked on this video to hear the truth.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that myself and a bunch of other Aussies clicked on the channel because it's freaking hilarious.
I get comments every single day, people claiming to be Australian, claiming to live there, even people who don't claim to live there, just other people from all over the world, telling me that I'm stupid. As a truth talker, I promise you everything I say in this video is 100% the truth. Everyone...
It's actually funny he mentions that because that's how we started talking. I sent him a message saying that I was a paid actor and a spy from New Zealand.
Who comments on my Australia videos, who claims to be Australian. Every single one of them is stupid. Every single one of them is a dum-dum. And that's the truth. They are dum-dums.
Like, look, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna humor you right now. But us calling ourselves Australians because we've been brought up to believe we're Australians, even if we weren't, is not us being dum-dums. Forgive my bird. But it's not us being dum-dums, it's literally us being like, hey, we live here because we've been told it our whole lives, even if it is fake. And I'm saying that, giving you the benefit of the doubt and humoring you, even if it is fake. The reason why we defend it is because it's a belief and we've been brought up that way. It's not because anybody's stupid, it's not because they've got a low IQ, it's literally because everybody who has been brought up this way has been brought up this way.
Are 8 years old, or 4 years old, or 12 years old.
Or 28 years old, but you know.
They're all children. Most of them.
I'm not a child.
They can't understand what I'm saying.
The reason why we can't understand what you're saying is like, you make it really hard to understand because when we ask you questions on elaboration, you refuse to elaborate. And that's why we repeat questions, because we will be like, yes, but how does this happen? Yes, but can you express it a little bit more? And you're like, I'm not going to talk about this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's why people repeatedly ask you the same questions, because you don't actually answer the questions that we're asking.
As my evidence went up, as my enthusiasm went up, as did their inability to get it.
Because you actually don't explain things very well. You have a lack of explaining things. Like, it's hard to understand a lot of the stuff that you're saying.
As did their IQs drop.
No one's IQs have dropped.
And I've made it perfectly clear what the answer to that question is. I have given evidence. I have explained it all. Yet every day I get DMs on Instagram and on Twitter and messages and comments. Where do I live?
Because you haven't actually explained it all. And because you... Like, the problem is that you keep saying, buy my book, buy my book. And that's where we'll get the explanation. And we're not going to buy your book. Like, sorry, but you do seem like a crazy person sometimes. And you're wanting us to spend our money to find out whether or not Australia is real with your proof. And that's the problem, because it's like, well, you know, why would we spend our own money to get this information when we don't believe it? Like, that's the problem, because we don't want to spend our own money to get this information because we don't believe it. So there's no point to spend our money on something like that, if that makes sense.
What if I said Scotland wasn't a real place?
Well, like, there are theories about Scotland not being a real place, especially since there's a lot of things like the fact that their national animal is a unicorn.
I answered these questions in these videos, yet I still have these.
You didn't actually answer all the questions. It's like, there was a question that I asked in one of the podcasts about how people receive photos, like, of their holidays, like, where do they come from, and how people's memories are synced up, and you couldn't explain that to me, and you since still have not been able to explain that.
I never said anyone was a paid actor. I never said anyone was an actor. You're just taking information that you've seen elsewhere or you think I've said and you're applying it to me without even listening.
That's probably because a lot of people are actually basically saying that you said that, and it's hearsay.
But I know you think that I'm the one who looks like a fool. I know you think you've pulled one.
That's because you don't actually give us proper evidence. You say you do, but you don't actually give us proper evidence. For instance, like, you said the vinegar thing. Now, scientifically, that's not actually possible. And that's just science. Your human body can't take that much vinegar, and even if it could, it doesn't actually suppress drugs the way that you say it does.
There are only a small minority of you watching these videos who do actually get it. And those are the people who aren't 12 years old. Those are the people who have more than 2 brain cells. Those are the smart people.
You know, actually, I did an IQ test and I was considered a genius, so I'm just gonna throw that out there.
And almost none of them are actually Australian. Take this message as you will, interpret it however you please.
I know who he's talking about with the Australian person who is part of it, and I actually don't believe that they're genuine. Well, that was that. So hopefully he understands where I'm coming from with it, and I do think that a lot of the time, a lot of people are very skeptical of trusting it because it's where do I even start? It's a really big thing to say that a whole country is not real, and there's no scientific backing that he's actually provided that is accurate. The scientific backing is actually easily disputed. So yeah. Anyway, I guess I will leave it at that.
Oh, come and see the opening band. Now that you've got your ticket.